Thank you for attending this science faculty meeting today. I appreciate your time, and I know you're all busy getting ready for the return to classes after the mid-year break. Um, so in this presentation I have for you today, I wanted to talk about 21st century literacies, how they impact on the social worlds of our students, and how we should start to think about using them in the classroom to help improve the learning environment. To finish off, there's a little piece of video footage that you may have already seen from Corning Incorporated to inspire us to embrace technology and use it to its fullest capability, with an eye to the future and what our classrooms and teaching environments might be like. How can teaching be made fun, educational, and exciting all at the same time? We as teachers are at the beginning of a very exciting time in education. The 21st century is a time of incredible technological advances. While some of us might be content to let most of this technological wizardry slip past us, dismiss it as a new fandangled trend that doesn't have the ethos of the old ways, our students are diving right in and taking part in every new social media app, blogging trend, and technological advance that is on the market and easily available for them to download. The rate at which the use of personal computers and handheld smartphones is increasing is staggering. As we all experience in our day-to-day lives, things are quickly becoming more and more dependent on the internet and the ability to be connected to one another. In 2015, it's estimated that over 2 billion smartphones will be used alongside 2 billion PCs in office and home settings. This incredible level of connectivity leads to a global participatory culture. We as a society are becoming more and more reliant on the ability to connect, share, and comment on businesses, friends, family, information, and entertainment. Why not use this ability to connect, to educate? This participatory culture is something that we should use more in our classes, and it's our level of comfort with this involvement which drives the extent to which we are willing to let it enter our lives. As teachers, we face the very real prospect of losing the ability to connect and communicate through shared experiences with the people that should be looking to us for educational guidance. We need to be brave and, like our students, dive headfirst into the world of 21st century literacies. We all know that if you give someone access to the internet, they will inevitably seek out social networking sites so that they can be connected with their friends and family. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Blogger, Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, MySpace, Pinterest, and Instagram are just some of the better known social media hangouts. These spaces, whether we as teachers like it or not, are just some of the new literacies that we and our students are experiencing in the 21st century. These hubs of communication are the central pillars of our students' social lives. Heaven forbid they are unable to connect and not be able to post ideas, experiences, text, images, and movies about their lives, and even comment on the lives of those around them. These multimodal platforms allow students to partake in conversations that can span the world. This means they are exposed to cultural ideals and points of view that are dictated by societal differences to our own. This is where a social tool can be turned into a powerful educational platform for science, giving students the ability to engage in scientific debate, share learnings through like experiments, and working as a group or individually to add to the literary record. It's the ideal of participatory culture that makes this work. These students will not only be engaged in scientific conversations about experiments, results, and theories with one another, but also with a much larger, global audience. Information of every kind is available to our students at the press of a button. There's often no hesitation in seeking the answer to a question by using the internet. You don't usually hear students saying, "I think this is right," or "I just need to check the textbook." It's more often than not solved by typing a question into a search engine and with little to no hesitation using the first bit of information offered up to provide the answer. This reliance on the internet and its search function to immediately provide the correct answer is something that needs to be tempered. Students need to be armed with the ability to distinguish how to recognize reliable, vetted, peer-reviewed information from sound scientific sources. Equally important is to teach the students how to recognize information that is not reliable and therefore should be avoided when used for research purposes. This process needs to be taught from the start, and it needs to be continued throughout, as new sources are discovered, shared, and used by the class. The outcome of these lessons needs to be that your students feel confident in their own ability to obtain information that is correct and able to help, not hinder, in their coursework. 21st century literacies provide not just information but entertainment. Why read text from a book when you can watch someone else reciting that very same text, perhaps Shakespeare sonnets being rapped to the tune of a popular song? As you see a colour from hip hop Shakespeare company demonstrating. And every fair sometimes declines by chance or nature changing course untrimmed, but that eternal summer shall not fade. These new literacies allow our students to seek out new ways to express themselves, to find information presented in a way or format that best suits their learning needs. Students today see multiliteracies as the norm, and in fact the traditional method of print-only text is boring, old school, and doesn't reach them, inspire them. So why do we persist in continuing to do the same old thing in our classrooms? What's stopping us as educators? Why aren't we grabbing these new 21st century literacies and using them to our advantage? We ourselves need to be comfortable with these multimodal texts and literacies so that we can confidently use them as educational tools in our classrooms. There's no point in trying to bring a new technology into the classroom unless we can be a leader in its use and provide the support and direction required by the students. We as teachers need to set the imagination of our students alight by inspiring them to always reach for their goals in a creative and unique way. We as science teachers need to be brave and dive headfirst into exploring the rich world of technology that exists out there. We need to embrace the change that technology has brought to the way we communicate and apply it to the way we share information and educate our students. Training courses will be implemented in the near future on the use of multimodal texts and 21st century literacies, and how we can use them as educational tools so that we can bring the best learning experience possible to our students. The work of scientists has long been fueled by the imagination of writers. Lasers, robots, rocket ships, satellites, and atomic power were all described in fiction long before they became a reality. Today, the frontiers of science continue to be inspired by ideas that were first explored in science fiction. Science fiction is quickly becoming science fact. I hope I've given you something to think about and chew on. Please get back to me with questions, queries, skepticism, and arguments for and against. I really want everyone on board with this initiative, as I think it has great value for us and the students. More details about training and implementation will be forthcoming. Please enjoy this last video. This is Corning's view for the future, and something that I hope you enjoyed, and I want you to leave inspired to embrace 21st century literacies. Thank you.